Elizabeth Barraza was shot to death on January 25th, 2019. She was setting up for a garage sale in the driveway of her Tomball home. The killer was caught on surveillance video walking up the driveway in what appears to be a disguise. This all happened minutes after her husband, Sergio Barraza, left for work. Now, 4 years later, we sat down to talk with him about the case. It's still unsolved. There's never been an arrest. Sergio walked us through what happened that day and showed us the suitcase he still has that his wife packed for their 5th anniversary trip to Orlando. The couple was set to leave just days after she was killed. 4 years later, how are you doing?
As good as I can, you know. It's a process to get through all this, to remember all this, to live through all this, you know. I never imagined going through something like this, so I take every day a step at a time. You know, it's insane that it's been 4 years and there's still nothing, you know. It just doesn't make sense why this ever even happened.
How has this changed you as a person?
It has made me really live in fear, just because they haven't found anyone. There's nobody put away for this. And I don't know if it's over, you know, so every day I'm walking outside and making sure I'm safe, Amber's safe, because I don't know if they're going to come back, if they still want to hurt me, you want to hurt our family, you know. It doesn't make sense, so I'd rather be safe and keep us protected, you know. So I'm just very cautious always.
At one of the press conferences, you said you traded your 5th anniversary for a funeral. Yeah. How do you handle the grief?
Friends and family are my best, I guess, what helped me the most. They circle around me and keep me from falling apart, you know. When this first happened, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. I was just completely lost. And luckily, family and friends all came around me, helping me put everything back together, you know, helped me keep going. And I don't know if I'd be here without all that.
Tell us about Liz.
Liz was amazing. She was so fun to be with. She was so just genuine and happy. It was amazing being with her, and it was like a fairy tale that we had together, you know. We just lived every single day so happy, so much, just so many plans, just doing stuff together. It was awesome. It was some of the best times of my life.
How did you meet?
We met in college. We both went to Sam Houston, and we met in a math class there. I remember her walking in for the first time and being like, "Wow, like I want to get to know her." Like she was immediately somebody I was drawn to, and we had a great friendship before we started dating, and eventually started dating about a year after I met her, and we just kept going from there. More and more things we found that we loved about one another, we enjoyed doing, and it just kept going, and we were just so excited to keep doing everything together.
What was life like for you as a couple before the murder?
It was fun. We just had so much, like I said, always something to do with the 501st, with our family, with our friends. We were just very active. We would go on vacations. We would just always have a good time. Movies, date nights. It was a very happy and active relationship that I was so happy to be a part of.
Can you think of anyone that would want Liz dead?
Honestly, no. it doesn't make sense why anybody would want to hurt her. There's no reason why. She's an angel to me. She's just pure good, She never hurt a fly. She never was mean to people. We were always the type of couple who took the high ground and never like argued or tried to cause a fight or anything like that. We were just kept to ourselves in our nerdy little lives and had fun together. I can't imagine why somebody would hurt her.
Do you think it's a case that can be solved?
I want it to be. I don't know how they're going to do it. I just hope that they do it. I haven't lost hope. I want somebody to be punished for this. Honestly, for the murder of Liz, it's insane that somebody's still out there and Liz is not here. It just doesn't make any sense at all why they haven't found them.
Take us back to that day. What do you remember?
I remember getting the trigger on my phone, the alarm system, and just being like, what's going on? This is weird. Because we had just kind of talked about it, and I told her, hey, if something happens, open the door and I'll immediately know. So it caught me off guard. That morning we were getting set up for work and my phone went off, and after I saw the alarm, I was like, hey, I gotta go. I told my coworkers, I told my father, hey, I gotta go. Something's going on with Liz. She's not answering her phone, because I tried calling her. She didn't answer. I called Bob and Rosemary, and they said because we had them on the same like alarm system, and they would get like triggers if something were to happen. They were, I guess, emergency contacts, and so they were like, hey, Liz isn't answering for them either. So they were like immediately headed to the house, and I was like, okay, I'm coming too. As I was driving, I started to review the nest footage, just because I was like, maybe there's something there. So when I first opened up the nest, it was immediately, I could see police tape around the house. I started to scroll backwards and kind of listen to see if I could see what happened, because at that moment I thought maybe it was like something had happened in the road. Maybe there was an accident and Liz was helping. Maybe somebody had gotten hurt and she was out there helping, so she wasn't answering. That was what my prayer was. I was hoping she wasn't hurt. So I finally got to the section where I could hear the gunshots, and immediately just like froze, and I had to re-listen to it, and then I finally heard her scream through it, and it's just like my world just immediately just shattered. My heart broke. It was just mind-blowing to hear that, because I was just like, oh my God, something really happened. And so the first person I called was my dad, and because he was, I guess, just answered, and I was like, Dad, something happened to Liz. Something happened. There's gunshots. And he's like, calm down, relax. We don't know what happened. Just get there and we'll be there soon. Because he was going to go, I guess, get the guys ready, and he eventually came back over to the house with us. And I'm sure I was driving like a maniac trying to get to the house, Finally made it there, and like I said, there was police tape everywhere. During the drive there, I had asked the police what's going on. Like, through my Ring doorbell, I had asked them, hey, what's going on? Because I saw police officers walking by, and they said to just come to the house. I asked them about Liz, asked them if she's okay, and they were like, sir, we just need you to come to the house. They wouldn't give me any details. So I finally got to there, and they immediately asked who I was. They took me to a police car, and they just started to tell me, hey, do you know of anybody who would hurt your wife? Do you know does Liz have any enemies? And I'm sitting there going like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? I didn't, at that moment, I still didn't know what had happened.
They didn't let
Yeah, they didn't. She was already gone with life flight. I think maybe it was like 5 to 10 minutes before I got there. She had been life flighted away, so I had no idea of her condition or anything, and they just kind of held me there, not giving me any information. A detective or a police officer after police officer coming to ask me questions, detective after detective starting to ask me questions.
So they started to question you.
Yeah, well, because they were asking, like, does Liz have any enemies? Did y'all have any arguments? They asked me for my cell phone information, and I gave them everything they needed. I just wanted to be as open to them, so whatever they needed to find this person, they could have it. I didn't know what else to do, and they wouldn't let me leave, so I just was like, I gotta help here, however I can.
Do you think it's possible that you passed the killer driving out of the neighborhood that morning?
It's totally possible. I've tried to go down and look to see where they could have driven, to try to keep away from line of sight of people. I don't know. They might have passed me by. I don't know. I just remember coming down from the Lowe's down Kirkendall, or down 2920 to Kirkendall. I was so fixated on getting there, I wasn't really looking for...
Oh, I mean when you left that morning.
Oh, when I left that morning, I'm sure they were there, just waiting for me to leave, because you can see video surveillance of the vehicle moving around. I've been told by the police officers that the vehicle changed positions and stuff. So I'm sure they saw me drive out and were just waiting for me to leave. What to me doesn't make sense is why they didn't attack Liz when she went to Starbucks, because she got up way before me to go to Starbucks and then came back to the house. All this still doesn't make sense. I go back and try to understand it, but it just doesn't make sense why this happened or why they did the way they did it. It's crazy,
So she had gone to Starbucks, came back home, and then you helped her set up for the garage sale before you left for work.
Yeah. I specifically remember staying late because I wanted to help her with all the big stuff, the treadmill, the tables. I didn't want her to carry that all by herself, so I just was like, I'm going to be late, and it is what it is. I wanted to help my wife. So we just set up the garage sale. Once I got to the point where it was all done, I just told her I loved her and left. It was a normal morning for us, besides just her having a garage sale,
Did you and Liz ever feel threatened or scared before this happened?
Not really. She had called me a few times and said, hey, I hear a weird noise at night, because I would usually go out to this place called the Maker's Barn, where it's arts and crafts you do there, and I'd go work on projects. But every once in a while I'd get a call saying, hey, she feels nervous. Hey, I heard a weird sound. Can you come and just be with me? And I'd be like, of course, yeah. And I'd drive down and we'd be together. But it was we never felt like somebody was trying to break into the house, or somebody was stalking us, anything like that. This totally just came out of the blue that this happened, and we just weren't prepared for anything like this ever, because we were always safe people. We'd always turn on the alarms. We had the Ring doorbell. We were just careful, just because we had a break-in our house when we had an apartment, and we didn't want something like that to happen to us again, so we were always just kind of cautious for it.
Tell us about the garage sale. There's been a lot of focus on that. Who knew about the garage sale?
The only people that I know knew about the garage sale was some of her coworkers, myself, her parents, and I think my mom. Those were the only people that knew about it. And then whenever we placed signs the night before, we placed 2 signs, one at the entrance of our neighborhood and one just down to the road. at Huffsmith and Kirkendall. And those were the only signs we put up. And like I said, those were the only people that knew about it.
What time did you put the signs out? Was it past dark?
Yeah, it was dark. So my guess around like 6 to 7 at night. Just put the signs up, came back to the house, just watched TV and relaxed together, you know. That's just a normal night, you know. If I would have known it was the last night, I would have done so much more, you know. I would have held her longer. I would have said so much, you know. But it's just, we were happy together, just having a normal night.
And you were just days away from this 5th anniversary trip to Orlando.
Yeah.
How long had you been planning that?
I would say like about a month or so, because Liz had gotten done research to do. Sorry about that. Done research for. We were going to do like kind of a private tour through it. We both really loved going to Universal, so she had gotten us a private tour. She had done all the research for it, and everything was paid for, and we were ready to go. You know, we had our tickets, we had our flight, everything. She had her bags packed. Like, I think about a week or so before, we had like these really great little suitcases. She had custom little shirts. She had custom shoes. We were so excited to go. You know, I had some custom shirts, and we were just ready, you know, and it just all turned into something else whenever this happened, you know. We just, like, what am I supposed to do, you know?
And the garage sale was for extra spending money.
Yeah, she had wanted to do it to just have some spending money, some little cash, to just buy souvenirs, buy little food and candy. They always have like specialty stuff there that we just love to have fun and experience, you know.
As the investigation went on and those videos were released of the killer walking up the driveway, what was that like for you to watch your wife's murder?
It was insanely hard to see that happen. I've only seen it once, and I really don't want to watch it more than that. The only reason I was looking at it is to see if I could identify the person, but it's very hard to see that, to see her so scared, so afraid. I wish I could have been there holding her to keep her safe. It's very hard to see her like that. I never imagined something like this, you know. It's just hard, you know.
There's been a lot of online speculation. You remarried within 2 years of the murder. People wonder, did you have anything to do with Liz's death?
I did not. I know that I'm like the prime suspect in most people's eyes. I know that people want to immediately say it was the husband who did it. I understand that, but it's just, you had to know Liz and I. You had to see us, you know. I still love her to this day. I celebrate her. I think of her, and I pray for her every night that we'll get justice for her, that somebody will be put away for this, because she just didn't deserve this, you know. So I understand why somebody would point the finger at me, but it's just, you just have to know us, you know. I found Amber it was about a year and a half after Liz passed away. Amber had lost her sister, and we just connected in this. I never thought I'd be like together with her. It just happened. We just happened to connect, you know, and it's just, I didn't want to pass up something good. You know, I don't know if I'd still be here without the love and support of my family, from Amber. It's just, I don't know if I'd be here without that. And I didn't want to give up on life and give up for Liz too. I know she wouldn't want me to just stop.
Do you feel like you and Amber have been unfairly targeted?
I do believe so. Like I said, I understand it's hard for me not to be empathetic, or I just understanding why they would point. I don't like it, but there's nothing I can do about it except for keep showing the public that I'm here. I want to do whatever I can to solve this case. I've always been an open book for the police, and I know Amber has as well. We both have gone through polygraphs with the police. I talk to the detective every so often, asking him for updates when I can, and we're just in full support of them helping to figure this out. That's why we do all these interviews. That's why I'm always trying to do something for this, you know, because we want to get this solved.
You and Amber both did polygraphs.
Yeah. Oh yes, we both did. Yeah. They, after the public, I guess, pointed the finger so much at Amber for this, he was just like, hey, let's just do this just to kind of help, you know, to help show them that you guys are, I guess, in this together, that you want to support this, you know. So we were like, of course, you know, we were there, we were open books to all of this, you know.
And you've never taken the life insurance money. Why not?
Because I have no need for it, honestly. I never even knew it existed. And if, like, I just haven't, I feel like if I were to do it, it would just point an even bigger finger at me. And so why do something that could make things worse for us, you know? It was, like I said, I didn't even know it was there. Amber and I live frugal lives. And so we just kind of keep going, you know. If I ever did get it in the future, I know I'd be giving a lot of it to Liz's family, to support some charities, for all the thanks for everything that people have helped us with, you know.
How do you, at the end of the day, make sense of Liz's murder?
I honestly can't make sense of it. It just doesn't make sense. It's like I'm living in a totally alternate reality from what I was supposed to. I drive by the house every so often looking at the life I could have had. I go and visit her tree and just constantly think about her every day. And it just doesn't make sense why somebody would hurt her.
Your mother-in-law told us that maybe someone was jealous of your life. Do you think that could have been a motive?
It's possible somebody could have been jealous. They never made themselves known. If that was the case, we both lived happy and quiet lives together. Just kind of did our nerdy thing and just kind of went from there, you know. It wasn't, we never had like arguments or had, I don't feel arguments with other people. There was small like bickering with like club stuff, but never like, I don't feel like, I would say like jealousy or anything like that, you know, or her going to meet some random people, or the same with me. It was just, we lived to be with one another, you know. That was our lives, and we were happy to do that.
Have you ever thought about who would be jealous of your life that you had with Liz?
No, I couldn't tell you who, you know. I have no idea why somebody would, or who it would be. I can see maybe why, because we did have a very happy life and we enjoyed so much together. We vacationed, we did a lot together. I would be jealous if I saw that too, you know. So it just, I haven't connected the dots to see if somebody would do that. And anytime I can think of stuff like that, I've given it to the detectives. Any like little grain I've given to them to try and think of something that could open this up so we could find out what happened or why it happened. I don't know if I'll ever know why, but at least they can get the person who did do this, and so Liz can get justice. It's crazy that it's been 4 years and there's still nothing, it seems like.
4 years later, what is your life like now?
Rebuilding as much as I can. Trying to put meaning in life again. Finding new love with Amber. Growing that love. New job.
Was it hard to love again?
It really was. It really, like, me and Amber had lots of long talks of, am I ready for this? Is this something that's going to be good for both of us? You know, we met on Match.com, so like an online website, and just started to talk, you know. Just really, I told her immediately, hey, I have this going on in my life with Liz. I told her, hey, it's going to be a lot, and it's going to be always a lot. So you need to know. You need to know that it's not going to go away probably until somebody is put away. And even then, I don't know if it will go away then either. So it's just really, we just connected a lot prior to us ever even starting to date, you know, just so we could be on the same kind of wavelength, so she could understand what she's coming into if she decided to. And I'm so happy that she did, because we have this new life together and I get to start over again. I never thought I would. I never thought I would find somebody again, especially somebody who accepted what's happening in my life, you know.
And you did decide to move away. Why was that an important decision for you?
I honestly, that being in that home without Liz wasn't a home. I think I only spent one night there after it with friends, and even then it was really hard. That house was an amazing house. Like I said, I drive by it every once in a while, and I see the new family that's been there, and it makes me happy, because it looks like they have like little kids' toys up front, and it makes me feel good that that house has love in it again, you know.
And you still have Diesel.
Yeah, we still have Diesel.
The dog you and Liz shared.
Yeah. Diesel's still here with us. He's still happy and crazy and fun as ever. And I know Liz would be happy that he's still here. And he's joined a new pack here with Amber and I. We have 4 dogs here now, and it's a fun family to be a part of. And I think he loves being here too. And I'm sure he misses Liz too. I always show him pictures of her. I play videos so he can hear her voice. I don't want him to forget, so I like to replay that for him.
What do you think it's going to take to solve this case? Do you think it will be a tip call? Do you think it will be a person coming forward? What do you think it will take?
I think it'll definitely take somebody coming forward, somebody in the public coming forward and shedding light on this darkness that we have for this case. You know, it's just we don't have. It seems like we don't have anything for it. There's video, there's the truck, but that's it. You know, and it's going to take somebody either that knows something or has heard something, that either shares it with Crime Stoppers and comes forward to shed light on all this, so the police can move forward and be able to connect these missing dots that I know that they have, because I know they have stuff. They just need to be able to connect it, I think.